Hello guys and welcome back to another model railway video, and we haven't really done anything for quite a while, but my plan is to get back into this a little bit more regularly. But we have a new locomotive into the collection. I found this little gem for sale and decided I had to get it. So this is a Bachmann crab, but it's also number 13,000, the preserved one at the National Rail Museum in York. So it's a bit of a rarer model for the crab, and it's got all the bells and whistles on it and all the lining and stuff. So we're going to take a bit of a look at this, watch it running in a little while, go through all the detail, etc., what's in the box and stuff. Yeah, basically a full review. So weather's alright as well for November. We'll also just run through what's coming up on the channel in the coming weeks and stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. So, quick look at the back of the box. You can see we have some history on the crabs, so you can pause and read that if you like. Right, inside the box, basically we have all the gum. Not a lot that's entirely useful, that's just like servicing and maintenance. The main thing everybody wants to see is the exploded diagram, because everybody likes an exploded diagram. So that's basically what we are looking at now. So that's all the stuff that most people would need to know. Then in the block of ice there is a detail bag at the top, which got all like stuff in it. So there's like steps and some extra little bits, mainly steps and lamp irons, because the coupling is pre-fitted to the front. So yes. So onto the loco, and you can see it's stunning. I've always loved the shape of a crab. I think they're awesome. Run through the detail and stuff and everything about it. So obviously it's quite a weighty loco for its size. It's got a die-cast running plate, the whole thing all the way across, which is quite good really considering the shape of that running plate. It's quite difficult for them to get stuff in that shape die-cast normally, but Bachmann are pretty impressive when it comes to doing die-cast running boards. So yes, at the front we have sprung buffers. They're lovely. We've got all the yellow lining as well around the red, so that's pretty decent. We have a little coupling hook there. You could probably fit some chain links to that if you want. You've got the hole for the vacuum pipe, but I won't be fitting that, so there's not much point. You've got all the lamp irons on the front. You have some extra little detailed handrails and stuff separately fitted. You've got the yellow lining across the whole entire running plate, which looks fantastic. You've got it on the wheels as well. That sun's very bright. You can see how bright red it is when the sun shines on it. But yeah, it looks fantastic. And then you've got all this moulded detail here. The valve gear and the connecting rods just look phenomenal, especially when they're going round, which you'll see later on. All the axle centres are painted black, so you don't have them ugly silver metal poking through. It's just way tidier. It's not as tidy as Hornby do most of the time, because they make them look super realistic, but they are like proper metal wheels, instead of like the plastic with the metal tyres, like what some manufacturers do. So it does look very decent. You have lots of moulded detail on the top of the running plate as well. You've got some extra bits there, all done very nicely. You have the metal handrails. These are a bit odd because they're quite sharp, but they're supposed to be like this, like one's lower than the other, and it's a bit odd. So yeah, and the metal, and then you have one on the other side because instead there's some form of pipe work that runs across the entire length of the boiler on this side. You have the running number printed very nicely on the smoke box there, smoke box door. You've got the builder's plate. I don't know if it's definitely legible. I don't know if I can get it on the camera. Then you have the yellow banding on the boiler there as well. That all looks fantastic. Got all the extra moulded detail there. You've got the metal whistles, safety valves, and you've got a little tiny whistle there with the yellow banding around where the firebox is. Looks fantastic. Then you've got the glazing. That all looks superb as well. You've got that on both sides, obviously. You've got like a little vent on top there. Doesn't open or close or anything, but obviously it's quite a fine piece, so it's understandable. Lots of rivets on top of the cab roof there, which just looks absolutely fantastic. There's loads of rivets along the entire length of the locomotive, all over the place, and it's moulded beautifully. Then you have this lovely little crest on the side of the cab. I don't know if it's legible, see if we can get it on. Hopefully you can see that. You have the yellow lining all the way around the cab as well. And then you've got some cab doors. The cab is absolutely brilliant. You'll see you've got the cream painted roof and cab walls, and then you've got the brown floor. Then you've got all of the detail inside the cab itself. You've got loads of piping, all the gauges, all painted beautifully. You've even got the little chairs as well, which looked absolutely phenomenal. That cab is stunning. The tender itself, also very highly detailed. You do have where the coal comes out there. You've got a little tiny bit of coal in there. Don't know how far we're going to be going on that coal. Lots of riveted detail. Just looks absolutely superb. The tender to loco gap is quite large, but yeah, you can adjust that. There's a setting further, but I need it like that because I've got tighter curves, so it's fine for me. You've got the tender doors, which look fantastic. You've got loads of handrails everywhere. Then you've even got a red one there to match the paint. Then you've got all the suspension mechanisms, just look fantastic. All the yellow lining around the wheels and the bottom of the tender chassis. And the steps, it just looks absolutely wonderful. You've got 13,000 just printed beautifully in the centre of the tender. You've even got the black as well, which looks superb along here, and the tops. For the tender, you have sprung buffers on the rear as well. Who doesn't love a bit of sprung buffers? It's only a gimmick, but it's just quality, isn't it? And then you have all of the stuff for filling the tender with water at the back, and all the moulded detail inside to separate the compartments for the coal. Even though there isn't much coal in there, but never mind. At the back of the tender, we also have some more like sort of builder's plates and stuff, and also how much capacity it can take in terms of water. So, and then you've also got the yellow lining along the back of the buffer beam as well. And then you have the little couplings, which are, I think, NEM. They're nice little couplings. You've got one at the front as well, and they're not too bad. They look fantastic. So yeah, just a quick run through of everything that's on offer with this loco, but we'll now get to the running stage. So there is the crab on the layout then, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I have the Midland Compound coaches over there ready for it to connect to, but to be honest, it matches perfectly. And they are LMS coaches, so I mean, there's not really an issue. And this is quite an old loco. It's from 1926, I believe. So it's still it's only just after the pre-grouping sort of era. So those coaches are fine anyway, but it's quite an old loco, so I've got some nice older LMS coaches. They look superb. Anywho, we'll get to the running stage. So this loco doesn't have any tender pickups, which is unusual for Bachmann loco, but my G2A doesn't either. Which is a bit odd. It's just a standard Bachmann 3-pole motor, but in my experience, they run quite well. I've got quite a few Bachmann locos with these motors, and I've never really had an issue with them. So, and it does run very well actually, because I've tested it and I know what it's like. So we'll see what it's like slow speed as well. So we'll zoom on the wheels, see if we can get anything out of it. It's like no. It is, but obviously that's not too bad. I mean, it's cogging slightly at that speed, but what do you expect? A smallish loco with only 3 wheels picking up per rail. So it's even go backwards at really, really slow speed. That's not too bad, really. Because it's not the newest loco in the world in terms of the age of the tooling. Yeah, it's a decent runner to be fair, and when it's at higher speeds, it's very smooth. Just see the cab detail when it goes around there. It's phenomenal. So yeah, it's a good runner, and it looks superb. So we'll get this out running in a second. We'll connect it to the coaches and we'll have a bit of a running session. Right, let's go for about half speed. So good with those coaches. We also now have a fourth chocolate and cream coach. It's an old Lima one, but it looks very good with the coaches. Also, there's a few bits from Kelly Ashford from last time we met up, which you'll see in the next live stream potentially. So, which is not that far off, so not long till the next one. Sun is definitely shining. How it bounces off the beautifully finished red paintwork on this locomotive. It's my second proper red loco in terms of LMS Crimson Lake. It's also my first mogul, and it was also a bargain at just £93 from Hans. Just look at the state of that, it's absolutely gorgeous. Also, this loco is a 5MT, so it can pull freight if I want to put freight behind it, which I can. We'd need to definitely see how that looks. Okay, so I've stuck some wagons behind it, bit of a what I will call mail train style thing. Apart from there's a gunpowder van in it, and I don't think that's part of the mail, but never mind. Yeah, it still looks good with freight, so it's very good with freight. That lever parcel van is causing issues. Okay, I was transporting coal. And actually that is real coal in some of them. So they're quite heavy. It's fine. Also still looks fantastic. Even with some coal wagons. So that is it then. I'll move it back slightly so it's in shot properly. That is the Bachmann 5MT crab, number 13,000. Just a quick review and see what it looks like, basically. And it's beautiful. Honestly, one of the favourites in the collection so far, because just look at it. Oh, it looks so good. But with coaches, it's the most beautiful. I know probably not run with freight normally. I've just done it for the video. I think it's stunning. And it's a very good addition alongside number 1000, the Midland Compound, so which is the same livery basically. So very happy with this logo, especially for 93 quid, bit of a bargain as well. But yeah, we're getting back into the model rail swing now, so should be more locos on the way, should be more videos on the way. So there will be a live stream very soon because Kelly Ashford is coming for the Christmas meetup this year. We're doing a bit earlier, so there'll be a live stream then. I will do a proper Christmas one in December, and then I've got the video of us putting the winter scene on, which is going on a little bit earlier this year. That'll be very soon, plus any other reviews or running sessions that I do before the end of the year, which will probably be, well, there'll be at least one loco, which will be the Christmas one. Then there'll be running sessions going into the new year. So obviously details on those videos will be, I'll do more details closer to the time. But yeah, we're getting back into swinger stuff now because we've been off for quite a while. So we haven't got many locos this year compared to last year. It was 17 last year. I think it's 4 currently this year with the crab. So we've had the Thompson 01, the 4P, there's another one of the a new terrier, and this. So we've not got many there, to say the least, which is obviously a little bit gutting, but I'm hoping to get a handful more, hopefully, before the end of the year, if I can. So obviously head over to the main channel if you want to see anything car related, especially with the Mazda. So should be some bits coming on that very soon. But if you're into railways, please subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a little bit more regularly very soon. I just hope that you enjoy basically a channel that's just a little bit more back to basics, just enjoying model railways and real trains for what they are without the need for ridiculous amounts of editing and other things like that, and basically me just blabbering on. But we'll be live very soon, so obviously if you want any requests, now that obviously you know that there's the crab, you can do any requests, LMS themed or whatever. Drop those in the comments below. I will make a list of them and I will fulfill them in the next live stream. You are free to drop a request on any video at any point. I will do them free of charge, etc. I don't care what. That's part of the fun of it, is me doing wacky requests for you guys. So obviously drop them down in any comment section of any video. I don't mind. I will get back to you. I'll reply to you, and I will make sure that they are jotted down and fulfilled in the video if I can do them, because sometimes obviously I can't fulfill all of them, so I'll try and get as close as possible if I can't fully fulfill them for whatever reason I don't have the logo or anything. I will just have a dead quick look at the collection itself. So if we spin around into the cupboard, the gap there is for the crab, before you ask. There will be some people who will be like, oh my god, there's a gap. So yeah, there's the other terrier there. I just put it in that space because the hooker has to go slightly on an angle because it's too big. But yes, we have 49 of these locos now. Not in this bit, there's some at the top as well. These are all the nicer locos. There's a couple in here, in there, like that, under all the crap. So yeah, there's 49 now, so hopefully it'll be 50 by the end of the year. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for some more uploads. Goodbye.